Hello and a very warm welcome to Grow English Mastery. My name is Scarlett, and I am so excited to talk with you today about a company that, for most of its life, was famous among computer gamers, but has now become one of the most important companies on the entire planet. Every time you hear about a breakthrough in artificial intelligence, every time you see an amazing AI-generated image, every time you use a tool like ChatGPT or read about the future of self-driving cars, you are witnessing a revolution. But have you ever stopped to ask, what is the engine powering this revolution? What is the secret hardware, the brain, that is making all of this possible? The answer, surprisingly, is not a famous software company. It's a company that started by making special computer chips to make video games look more realistic. That company is NVIDIA. Today, we are telling the incredible story of how this company, through vision, innovation, and a few very risky bets, went from a small startup to the dominant force powering the AI future. This is the story of how NVIDIA arguably invented the future. Our learning goals for today are to explore this amazing journey. First, we will understand the history of NVIDIA, from its humble beginnings to its current status as a tech giant. Second, we will learn 10 essential vocabulary words that are key to understanding the worlds of technology and business. Third, we will master 2 important language points, using the simple past tense to tell a clear story, and understanding the use of acronyms in technical English. And finally, you'll get some practical tips on how to apply these skills yourself. This is a lesson about technology, but it's also a story about vision and perseverance. Let's get started. Part 1. The founding and the focus on graphics. The 1990s. Every great company starts with an idea. The story of NVIDIA begins in 1993, not in a fancy office but in a classic American diner, a restaurant called Denny's. 3 friends and engineers, Jen Shun Huang, Chris Malachowski, and Curtis Preem, met there to discuss a dream. They saw that video games and computer graphics were becoming more and more complex, and they believed that a new kind of specialized computer chip was needed to create realistic 3D images. They decided to start a company to build that chip. They chose the name NVIDIA, inspired by the Latin word invidia, which means envy, because they wanted to create products that everyone else would be envious of. Their journey wasn't an immediate success. Their first product was a commercial failure, and the company almost went bankrupt. But they learned from their mistakes, and they pivoted. To pivot, in business, means to change your strategy or direction. They focused all their energy on one thing, creating the best possible chip for computer graphics. This led to the most important moment in their early history. In 1999, NVIDIA invented and introduced the world's first graphics processing unit, or GPU. This was a revolutionary invention. Before the GPU, the main brain of a computer, the CPU, Central Processing Unit, had to do everything, including creating the images you see on the screen. A GPU, however, was like a second, specialized brain. Its only job was to handle graphics. It was designed to do thousands of small calculations at the same time, a process called parallel computing, which made it incredibly fast and efficient at drawing complex, realistic images. NVIDIA released its first GPU under a brand name that would become famous around the world: GeForce. The GeForce 256 was an instant success. For computer gamers, it was a dream come true. Suddenly, games looked more beautiful, more immersive, and more realistic than ever before. NVIDIA quickly became the #1 choice for gamers everywhere, dominating the market for graphics cards. This was the foundation of their empire. Part 2. Expansion and a visionary bet. The 2010s. After establishing their dominance in the gaming world, NVIDIA began to expand into new markets. They realized that the power of their GPUs could be useful for more than just playing games. First, they developed the Quadro line of GPUs. These were designed for professionals. Architects, engineers, and graphic designers needed powerful graphics for things like designing buildings, creating special effects for movies, and running complex simulations. The Quadro cards provided that power. Next, they entered the mobile computing market with their Tegra chip. This was a system-on-a-chip designed for smartphones, tablets, and even the entertainment systems in cars. But the most important and visionary development during this period was something that, at the time, seemed very technical and niche. In 2006, NVIDIA released CUDA. CUDA stands for Compute Unified Device Architecture. CUDA is a programming platform that allows developers to use the massive parallel processing power of a GPU for general-purpose computing tasks, not just for graphics. Let me explain this with an analogy. Imagine a GPU is like a huge team of 0 artists who are all brilliant at drawing small parts of a big picture very quickly. For years, their only job was to draw video games. What CUDA did was create a new instruction manual. This new manual allowed scientists and researchers to give this team of artists a new job. Instead of drawing pictures, they could now use their collective power to solve thousands of complex math problems at the same time. This was a huge bet. NVIDIA invested billions of dollars in developing the CUDA platform and its software ecosystem. At the time, most people still saw GPUs as just for gaming. But NVIDIA had a bigger vision. They believed their chips could be used to solve some of the world's most complex scientific and engineering problems. This vision led them to create the Breen Myers phase Tesla line of GPUs, which were specifically designed for high-performance computing, HPC, and the new emerging field of machine learning. This bet on general-purpose GPU computing, especially the CUDA platform, was the move that would perfectly position NVIDIA for the next great technological revolution. Part 3. The AI Revolution and Global Dominance, 2010s, present. In the 2010s, a new field of computer science exploded into the mainstream. Artificial intelligence, specifically a subfield called deep learning. Deep learning models, the foundation of modern AI, require an incredible amount of computational power. They need to perform millions, or even billions, of simple mathematical calculations in parallel. Suddenly, researchers around the world discovered something amazing. The perfect tool for training these massive AI models already existed. It was the NVIDIA GPU, powered by the CUDA platform. The same architecture that was designed to render beautiful graphics in video games was, by a brilliant coincidence of design, the ideal architecture for the mathematics of deep learning. NVIDIA's long-term bet on CUDA had paid off in a way that even they could not have imagined. Their GPUs became the essential hardware, the brains, for the entire AI revolution. Everyone, from university researchers to giant tech companies like Google, Meta, and Microsoft, needed NVIDIA's chips to build their AI systems. NVIDIA seized this opportunity. They went from being a graphics card company to being an AI company. They developed the DGX systems, which are essentially supercomputers in a box, specifically designed and optimized for AI research. They expanded into the automotive industry with NVIDIA Drive, an AI platform for self-driving cars. They created the NVIDIA Omniverse, a breathtaking platform for creating digital twins, perfect, physically accurate simulations of real-world objects, factories, or even entire cities. It connects the physical and digital worlds, allowing for incredible innovation in industrial design and engineering. This complete dominance of the AI hardware market has led to incredible financial success. Recently, NVIDIA achieved a historic milestone, becoming the first publicly traded company in the world to reach a market capitalization of $4 trillion. This number reflects the total value of all of its shares. It is a sign of just how essential NVIDIA has become to the future of technology and the global economy. Their journey, from a meeting in a diner to the top of the world, is a testament to vision, innovation, and taking very smart risks. Now, let's learn some key vocabulary from this incredible story. Here are 10 essential terms. 1. Graphics noun, plural, images and pictures, especially those created by a computer. Spelling, graphics. Example 1. NVIDIA started as a company focused on computer graphics for video games. Example 2. The new video game has stunning, realistic graphics. 2. GPU, Graphics Processing Unit, noun, a specialized computer chip that is very efficient at handling complex graphics and parallel computations. Spelling, GPU. Example 1. NVIDIA's invention of the GPU in 1999 was a major milestone. Example 2. Modern AI research requires powerful GPUs. Usage tip. People almost always say the acronym GPU rather than the full name. 3. Founder noun. A person who starts a new company or organization. Spelling, Founder. Example 1. Zhen-Shun Huang is one of the 3 founders of NVIDIA. Example 2. The founders of the company are still involved in its day-to-day operations. 4. Innovation noun. The use of a new idea, method, or invention. Spelling, innovation. Example 1. NVIDIA's history is a story of constant innovation. Example 2. The company is known for its technological innovation. Verb form, to innovate. 5. To pivot verb. In business, to pivot means to change your main strategy or the product you sell in order to be more successful. Spelling, Pivot. Example 1. After their first product failed, the company had to pivot to a new strategy. Example 2. The business is pivoting from selling in stores to selling only online. 6. Parallel computing noun phrase. A type of computation where many calculations are carried out simultaneously, at the same time. Spelling: parallelcomputing. Example 1. GPUs are designed for parallel computing, which makes them great for AI. Example 2. Parallel computing is much faster for certain types of problems. 7. Artificial intelligence. AI noun phrase. The theory and development of computer systems that are able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Spelling: AI. Example 1. NVIDIA's GPUs became the engine of the AI revolution. Example 2. Many people are both excited and worried about the future of AI. 8. Market capitalization noun phrase. The total value of a company's shares on the stock market. Spelling: marketcapitalization. Example 1. NVIDIA recently reached a market capitalization of $4 trillion. Example 2. Apple was the first company to reach a $1 trillion market capitalization. 9. To dominate verb. To have control over a place or a person, or to be the most important or successful thing in a particular area. Spelling: DOMINATE. Example 1. The GeForce line of cards helped NVIDIA to dominate the gaming market. Example 2. Their team dominated the game from the very beginning. 10. Ecosystem noun. In business and technology, an ecosystem is a network of interconnected products, services, and companies. Spelling: ECOSYSTEM. Example 1. The CUDA software platform created a powerful ecosystem for developers. Example 2. Apple is famous for its strong ecosystem of hardware, software, and services. Now let's look at the grammar we need to tell a great story like NVIDIA's. Our first grammar point today is the simple past tense for narration. Because we are telling a story about the history of a company, the simple past is the most important tense we will use. We use it to talk about completed actions in the past. It's the foundation of storytelling. Remember, for regular verbs, we add ed. For irregular verbs, the form changes. Let's see examples from our story. Regular verbs. NVIDIA invented the GPU in 1999. They pivoted to a new strategy. The company expanded into new markets. Irregular verbs. The three founders met at a diner. The GeForce line became a huge success. They grew the company into a tech giant. When you tell any story about the past, whether it's the history of a company or what you did last weekend, the simple past tense will be your most important tool. Our second language point today is understanding acronyms in technical English. An acronym is a word formed from the first letters of a name or phrase. The world of technology is filled with them. In our story, we heard several. GPU, graphics processing unit. AI, artificial intelligence. HPC, high performance computing. CUDA, compute unified device architecture. It's important to know what they stand for, but it's also important to know that in everyday conversation and writing, native English speakers almost always use the short acronym. They will say GPU, not graphics processing unit. They will say AI, not artificial intelligence. So, When you are reading a tech article or listening to a presentation, it's a key skill to recognize these acronyms and understand what they mean without needing the full name every time. To finish our lesson, I want to share another inspirational story about a company that made a huge risky bet on a new technology that no one else believed in, a bet that later paid off massively. This is the story of Netflix's pivot to streaming. In the early 2000s, Netflix was a very successful company, but its business was completely different from what it is today. Their business was renting DVDs through the mail. You would go on their website, choose a movie, and they would send the physical DVD to your house in a red envelope. It was a great business, and they were beating their main competitor, Blockbuster. But the CEO of Netflix, Reed Hastings, saw the future. He knew that one day, the internet would be fast enough to deliver movies directly to people's homes. He believed that streaming video was the future, even when the technology was still slow and unreliable. He decided to make a massive, risky bet. He started investing billions of dollars in developing a streaming service, even while their DVD business was still profitable. Many people on Wall Street and in his own company thought he was crazy. Why would he risk a successful business on a new, unproven technology? The move was very expensive and almost bankrupted the company. But his vision was correct. As internet speeds got faster, people loved the convenience of watching movies instantly. The streaming business exploded. The old DVD business slowly faded away. Netflix's huge early bet on streaming allowed them to become the dominant global entertainment company they are today. This story, like NVIDIA's story with CUDA, is a powerful lesson in business and innovation. It shows that sometimes, to achieve extraordinary success, you have to have the courage to invest in a future that only you can see. We have explored the incredible journey of a company that truly shaped our modern world. Let's summarize our key takeaways. First, we learned the history of NVIDIA, from its founding in a diner to its invention of the GPU, its visionary bet on CUDA, and its current dominance of the AI revolution. Second, we learned 10 essential vocabulary words for tech and business, including GPU, innovation, to pivot, and market capitalization. Third, we reviewed 2 key language points, using the simple past tense to tell a story, and the importance of understanding acronyms in technical English. The story of NVIDIA is a reminder that the technologies that change the world often come from unexpected places. The chip that was designed to make video games look beautiful is now helping to solve some of humanity's biggest challenges. It's a story of how a long-term vision can, in the end, invent the future. Thank you so much for your focus and for joining me today at Grow English Mastery. Learning about these real-world success stories is a fantastic way to make your English skills powerful and relevant. Please let us know in the comments, what technology are you most excited about for the future? And please, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more lessons that make sense of our world. Keep learning, stay curious, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson. Goodbye for now.